everyone, welcome back to my kitchen and my attempt at yet another deliciously Ella recipe. This time it's the classic stir fry and it has these ingredients which I'll show you. So it has 4 carrots, it should have 16 stems of long stem broccoli, but I couldn't afford the long stem broccoli, so I'm just going to use the broccoli I already had in the fridge. It has coconut oil. It has a 2 to 3 centimeter slice of purple cabbage. For quite a while I didn't know what the heck that meant. I guess it means a 2 to 3 centimeter wide slice of this. It has 2 dozen chestnut mushrooms, 2 red peppers, 4 servings of noodles, and Ella has said she likes buckwheat noodles. I've never tried buckwheat noodles before, but I'm going to give them a go. They look absolutely vile, but I'll try them. 1 bag of spinach, 3 tablespoons of tamari, which is gluten-free kind of soy sauce, so I've just got normal soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of tahini, which I'm becoming a big fan of. The juice of 3 lemons. I ran out of lemons and forgot to buy more, so I'm going to try and substitute 1 or 2 limes instead. And 3 tablespoons of dried mixed herbs. Oh, and salt. So I'll prepare the ingredients and then join you in. By the way, she says before you start peeling these vegetables, put some water on to boil, quite a lot of water for the noodles. So my water is just come to the boil here, so I'm just going to cut the top off the packet of noodles. I read on the back that you don't put salt with them, you just have a lot of water. It doesn't even say how long you have to cook them, but until they're soft. So I guess, just like with spaghetti, you pop it in the pan, and when it bends a little bit, you push it and submerge it. So now I've cut my carrot. Next, she says chop the broccoli stems into roughly 3 long segments. Chop the broccoli stems. Okay. I have to modify the recipe a little bit. I presume we want long, thin pieces of broccoli, so the best I can do is just chop it up as small as I can. I mean, for a stir fry, we want thin pieces of everything. This will not look as pretty, but I'm not actually that much about presentation with food. It really doesn't do that much for me. Which is weird because I care so much about what other things look like, and I'm generally quite a visual person, but for some reason, as long as my food tastes good, I don't really mind. I'm not too fussy about the presentation. I like hearty food too, I don't like fussy food. Canapes and drizzles of this and that, and souffles and pate, and it doesn't do it for me. Right, so my noodles are soft enough to push down. I'm just going to push them down with the jar of coconut oil into the boiling water. Okay, now I should probably turn them down a little bit, I guess. Okay. Place the carrot slices and broccoli into a large wok or frying pan with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So I've already put the coconut oil into the largest frying pan I have. Get that steam out of it. I'm going to turn it on high and put my vegetables in. Allow them to start cooking on a medium to high heat. Okay, I'll turn it down a tiny bit then. Turn it down to 7. Once they are cooking, slice the cabbage into thin threads. Well, I may as well get on with this now. So, I have a large red cabbage. Ella says a purple cabbage, but in the Waitrose I went to, which is the big one in Canary Wharf, they didn't have any purple cabbages at all, only red cabbages, so maybe she means red cabbage. Now I'm going to slice it down, not quite the middle, but oh, the coconut oil smells really nice. I've never actually cooked with coconut oil. I bought it for, I can't remember what I bought it for, but I never got around to cooking with it. It smells really good. Really good. Apparently coconut oil is, oh, maybe I got a bit of water on the stove. Apparently coconut oil is a very good antiseptic, I think, or is it possibly antibacterial as well. It's like a wonder product, both for external and internal use in the body. Okay, so that's quite a thick slice of red cabbage. I'll just take the outer layer off. I don't know if it's 2 to 3 centimetres. On one side it is and on the other side it's not really. I'll just put this in as well. I'll put this bit. What the heck? Okay. Slice the cabbage into thin threads. Wish I had a lid big enough for this pan, but no lid came with it, so I'm going to use a dinner plate. So I'm in with my cabbage, and then while that's cooking, oh, there's a big bit, I'm going to do the mushrooms and peppers. How many mushrooms? It says 2 dozen. 24. So I definitely haven't got enough mushrooms. These recipes require humongous quantities, and not only is that quite costly, it's also a mammoth job cooking this thing. So I'm quite glad I made a mistake with this quantity, and I only have, how many mushrooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, that'll have to do. I'm going to wash them and I'll be back. Now, she says quarters. How wonderful. I don't have to spend ages cutting stuff up. Quarters are fine with me. I used to really hate mushrooms, and then someone cooked a dish for me with them, and they really made the dish. It was like a tomato-y kind of dish, and it would have normally had mince, I guess, but the mushrooms were a wonderful substitute, and so really opened my eyes and changed my view of them. The only food I can't eat is bananas, because they give me the most awful acid indigestion. I'm not sure if I can eat cooked bananas for it, but anyway. Okay, so the mushrooms, pop these in. Pop these into the pan. It's not softening very much. Which is slightly worrying. No. Okay. Back on with my plate. Just going to check my noodles. Okay, they look definitely, they're possibly too soft. I'm not sure how soft buckwheat noodles are supposed to be. I'm just going to drain them. Actually look like damp strips of cardboard or slugs. They look really slimy. I probably cooked them wrong, but on the back of the packet it just said, I think it just said 5 minutes. Well, it's probably slightly longer than 5 minutes. Small cubes. I would have thought strips would be better for stir fry. Okay. I'm going to do strips. I'm going to make an executive decision here. This is really not softening at all. I'm a bit worried. Also, as if you've been watching a saucepan full to the brim, full to the absolute brim with ingredients, so they can't cook properly. And I haven't even got as many ingredients as I was supposed to have. I'm going to try and turn them over a little bit, but I don't know what else I can do really. Maybe I should add more coconut oil. And if I hadn't put the plate on top, they wouldn't have cooked this well. This is a bit of a nightmare, really. It says here, once the noodles are nearly cooked, stir the spinach into the stir fry, along with the tamari. I think I'm going to have to add some water to this to try and steam it a little bit. I mean, so far, I think this is the worst instructions on any of the recipes. That's a bit of a big piece. I mean, this frying pan is enormous. My hands are quite large, but you can see how big it is. So most people, I don't think, would even have this big a frying pan, and they would have more ingredients. So how the heck would they manage to cook it through? I don't understand. Well, I'm going to add more coconut oil after I feel I've turned it as much as I can, and then a little bit of water, and then I'm going to cover it again in the hope that the steam will soften it's hot things. So coconut oil. Okay, just a dash, and some water. Okay, I'm going to pack it down. Sorry about the use of hands, people, they are clean. Right, and that is the best I can do. Now I'm going to turn it up to 7 or 8 because I don't want to be here all night. I wonder whether, oh, my tea towel's very dirty now. Okay, so now she says, once the noodles are nearly cooked, stir the spinach into the stir fry. Well, if I put the spinach in the stir fry at the moment, the spinach will be just almost non-existent pulp by the time the rest of the vegetables are cooked. How much spinach did she say? 1 bag, okay. Along with the tamari, tahini, lemon juice, herbs and salt. I'm just going to mix up the rest of the ingredients I have to add later. I'm going to just mix them up, put them in a bowl, and whenever this is softened, whenever the stir fry's softened, I'll put them in. First of all, the tamari, or as I'm using, the soy sauce. So how much does she say? 3 tablespoons, okay. Tahini. 3 tablespoons of that too, okay. If I'd known, I could have put the water I could have put the water that I put in the stir fry in here to get the last of the tahini out, but I didn't know. Okay. I feel they could repackage lots of things, like if they put this in a flat sachet. I know it would be a big sachet, but you could squeeze it out wonderfully. And it would be less heavy for them to transport, etc, etc. Oh, that's Alexa. Hang on a minute. To get the last of the tahini out of the jar, basically, I'm going to squeeze the lemon and limes into the jar, put the lid on, shake it all together. Sorry, I've got a bit of tahini on my lip. Then put it in with the tamari, the tahini, the salt, and 3 tablespoons of dried herbs into the bowl. And when this enormous stir fry cooks to what I think is an edible consistency, I'll add my bowl of seasoning. Just guess 3 tablespoons of mixed dried herbs. Right, I've got to try and get the lemon juice. Let it trickle down my thumb into the tahini jar. It doesn't matter about the pips. With lumps as big as this, do you think we'll mind about pips? No. Okay, so there's my lemon. Here goes the lime. Just letting the stir fry cook the extra water in that I've taken the plate off the top now. I'm going to flip it as soon as I've done this juice. Then put the lid on my lemon juice in my cup. A jar of tahini. Give it a good old shake. Actually, it doesn't get rid of the stuff that well. I mean, it doesn't get the stuff off the sides that well, but it was a good idea and it's better than nothing. Then pour it into my bowl, and here is my bowl of seasoning. It would have been, I mean, the broccoli is still really hard. I'm fed up of waiting now, so I'm just going to put my seasoning in anyway. I'm going to stir the herbs. Oh, I meant to show you that I'm stirring the herbs in with the tahini and the tamari, but it didn't really work. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. The lemon juice and lime are actually crucifying my cat at the moment. I have to rinse it under water, and then I'll be back to stir that in. Parts of this, especially the broccoli, still have quite some way to go before they're soft, so I'm going to cover it again with my dinner plate. Oh, the carrots are still rock hard as well. And just start cleaning up. So the dish is finished. The noodles are appalling. They look like cardboard and wallpaper paste. They taste like cardboard and wallpaper paste. You really should put oil with them when you cook them, because otherwise they end up like that. They tasted absolutely nothing except kind of dismal things like rain and puddle water and, well, cardboard. The vegetables, they're okay. The coconut oil is a really nice touch. Needs a lot more salt, even more time cooking. It could do with that other lemon or lime. So basically, my tips for this recipe: don't use buckwheat noodles. Use anything else. Cut your vegetables up pretty small. I would scale down the quantities if you want to get the stir fry into a normal frying pan, even a normal large frying pan. Up the salt, up the citrus fruit, and it's very pretty, very colourful. You can't really see quite how colourful it is on the film. Let me try and show you. Yeah, you can see a bit now. So, I'll see you again very shortly for another escapade in my kitchen. Just realised I forgot to put the spinach in. It might have kind of added a bit of much needed softness.